get a beer.
Get a beer going. I have no intro for Beer 30. Today we have from a St. Louis brewing company. Why did it? Okay, Friendship Brewing Company called No Problem.
Yeah, and you mentioned that you had this one kind of sitting around for a bit. You were going
goodness.
through your... Oh, no, what happened? Super cold. That's not the first time that's happened. It's like you dropped it on the way over or something.
I didn't shake it up or anything.
We got a lot of head here. I don't know if that happens because you said your fridge is so incredibly cold. You wouldn't think that would be the reason.
No, it shouldn't be.
I guess we'll pause here.
Let me get a napkin.
Ruby's going to take care of it.
It's great. There's some in the cat box. Well, not in the... I don't know if that's...
That's fine. Oh, man, we're off on a good foot here.
Good start. So No Problem is a hazy IPA, 7.7% ABV. On their website, it says, our hazy IPA featuring a rotating assortment of flavorful and fruity hops. And I gave you a lot of head there.
Yeah.
And, well...
Have you been to Friendship Brewing?
I haven't. That's in Wentzville.
It is. And I know you had mentioned that you thought that they were closing one of their locations.
Yeah. Apparently they have two in Wentzville.
Yep.
The way it was worded that, this location, and then I realized both locations are in Wentzville. They just have two different ones.
I've been to the main, or the original one, which I guess they call their Pittman location that's closest to the highway. I've been there a couple of times because they were always in the pub pass.
Yeah.
And very cool place, but that's the one they're closing.
Oh, yeah?
And the other one is a lot bigger, I guess we should drink the beer, but I can go on about that in a minute.
Smells really good.
It smells very grapefruity.
Sure.
Yeah. Very citrusy. Oh, that's cold.
It is very cold. And so from now on, before we drink these, it's almost like I got to take it out like an hour before or something. When something's super cold, it's hard to pick up on some of the flavors. IPA, it's not as hard, but because it's very hoppy, those flavors come through pretty good.
Man, this reminds me of something that I used to drink as a kid. I don't remember exactly what it is. Yeah.
You drank a lot of beer as a kid.
No. For some reason, the only thing I can think of is some kind of a high C drink.
I can get that.
It wasn't, obviously it's not the fruit punch, but like one of the other high C's that was more citrus flavored.
Yeah. I almost get a sour punch kid type kick in there.
Do you remember the high C drinks that, and I don't know if they still do or not, but they came in like the metal can?
Yeah, the ones that were about that tall.
Probably a gallon or maybe a gallon or
liter or whatever that was. Yeah.
My mom would always pop the one side with the can opener.
The Turkey, isn't that what that's called?
And then the other side directly across from it for like a smaller hole for air.
Yeah. Otherwise, it wouldn't pour out very fast.
Yeah.
It's the same way when you pour your gas out. You have that little bitty vent hole.
Yeah, vent hole, yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I don't know why the flavor of this really took me back to that, because that would have been whenever I was a pretty young kid. I'm looking at one of the cans here I don't know last time I've seen something like that. Everything now is plastic and in a jug with a cap.
I'm tasting orange peel. Mm-hmm. To me, a little bit of sourness. Fruity. And good times.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So I was going to mention with Friendship Brewing, or Brewery, they have a larger location that I guess is newer and that they are moving all their operations to so that they can continue to expand and grow. Which I say that because I was a little bit surprised knowing that I don't know how well they're doing. I have really no idea. But a lot of the breweries in St. Louis, or several, have closed in recent years.
Yeah.
And, I'm hopeful that they're going to continue to do well. But I also we had the news, or we saw the news here recently, that one of our favorite breweries down in Cape Girardeau, called Minglewood, is closing.
Oh, yeah?
I think next weekend is their last day, and they've been in business for like 11 years.
Wow.
Have you ever been there?
I don't know if I have in Cape. Seems like I should have been there, but I don't know if I have.
They didn't really give any reasons why, but it just seems like there's a lot of that going on here lately with places closing and
And there may be a lot of like just not exactly like the business not doing well. It's just getting burnt out on that.
that's possible.
A lot of these small ones get started by, one guy, two guys,
Yeah.
or whatever. I mean, or women. And it was a passion project at that time, but then slowly your interests change, or maybe, like me raising a family, that changes a lot of things too.
Drink a lot less beer.
Well, yeah, like even for me, I mean, we were home brewing,
Yeah.
and when's the last time we brewed any beer?
Years.
Yeah.
They
And-
did say one of the things that is affecting the craft beer market is that I guess overall, like, people's choice in beverages has changed. And you think about like a lot of the younger generation now is all about the seltzers.
Yeah.
And so if you're not keeping up with that trend and heading in that direction to get the sours and the seltzers and all the things that the the kids enjoy,
kids.
the craft beer scene might be dwindling because, like you said, those of us that came along during that time are getting up there and older. And we just sat here before we hit record and said, "When was the last time we had a beer?"
Yeah. Well, yeah, I know my neighbors up the street who are in their 20s. They don't drink beer. They drink all those seltzers and
Yeah.
lemonades and that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's a thing. A lot of the craft breweries have pivoted to add those to their lineups,
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's as big a deal to them if they're buying from, big brewery or little brewery,
Sure. Yeah, it might not be as big of a deal. You're right.
For us, it's more like, oh, I like to get the local beer or the little guy. But
Yeah, for sure.
so
Well, I like this one a lot. This is really good. It's going down easy, and I think we're gonna have to split another one here or drink another one or something in a little bit.
this is really good. It's an A. It's an A for me.
Yeah, I agree.
It is getting a little chillier here in this time of year. You always say this type of beer, probably a spring, summer type beer, but
The hazy IPAs that are a little higher alcohol, I feel like they kind of have their place in the winter. Some of my and I need to go find it. One of my favorite IPAs is Centennial, and I think that came out from, who's the brewer of that one? Shoot.
Oh,
It
is
escapes
that
me now.
Sierra Nevada?
Yes, Sierra Nevada. They always release that around this time of year.
Or
I
is it
think.
Centennial or Celebration?
Oh, you're right. I think it is Celebration. Man, you are so good at reading my mind.
Well, Celebration's like their New Year's beer or like their holiday IPA, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I think you're right.
And I'm sure we reviewed that. Check the Beer 30 YouTube page.
Yeah. But that one is good. And this kind of reminds me of it a little bit. A little higher alcohol and a little more on the hazy side. It's okay in the winter.
Yeah. All right. There's our beer.
Yep. I don't know if we'll include this in the Beer 30 episode here, but did you see this? I guess could fall in the interesting news category. Did you see that the government guidelines for dietary consumption came out here in the last couple of days? And did you see this clip of Dr. Oz talking about
It was yes,
alcohol?
I did. It was kind of awkward even seeing that from, it is like, yeah, have a beer. Just don't have it for breakfast. Yeah.
I give them credit. So, okay, we both enjoy beer. We don't drink hardly at all anymore. I mean, we just talked about that. We I may have one or two a week. I generally don't have beer on back-to-back days. I can't drink more than like two at a time anymore.
Not the binge drinker that we
We're in
may
our
have been in our 20s, you know.
20s and maybe 30, a little bit in our
Yeah.
30s. And but it was funny because I guess the old government dietary guidelines called for no more than 2 alcoholic beverages per day for a male and 1 per day for a female. And that seems high to me. So I'm kind of surprised. And I've done enough research and heard enough of the experts talk about like really no amount of alcohol is good for you.
1 per day?
Yeah, 1 drink per day.
I thought it was
okay.
like 2 or less a week or something.
No, that was per day.
Because I work for healthcare and we do all these healthy, what do you do?
Like challenges to try
challenges and survey, yeah, and tests. I swear it was like one of the. Do you drink 1 or 2 drinks in a week?
Right.
And I didn't realize it was
Former
that high. Yeah,
alcohol.
1 or 2 a day seems high to me, but
It does, yeah. Let's see. So previous alcohol guidelines. Let's see what it says. Previous alcohol guidelines consistent for decades advise moderation up to 1 drink or less per day for women and 2 drinks or less per day for men.
wow.
So
Yeah.
they changed that, and I'll give them credit, I guess, the new administration and this revision of the dietary, that they said, hey, we don't necessarily say you should drink any alcohol. 0 alcohol is the best as far as when health is
For
concerned.
your health, yeah.
They could have left it at that and then said, hey, but if you're going to drink responsibly. But instead they were like, oh, it's a social lubricant, which there's nothing more healthy than being social. And so if alcohol is going to help you be social, I'm paraphrasing here, but that's essentially what he said. And then he went on to like give some data to support like the blue zones, which do you know what those are, where people live to like 100.
Yeah.
Those like couple places, they're like, hey, they drink wine in those locations, and
Oh, okay. Yeah.
trying to support like alcohol is okay and it's going
Right.
to help you live longer. But
Social lubricant also lead to other types of lubes.
well, yeah, true. And what I thought, like my first reaction to that was, if you're going to be social and out and about, I mean, you're going to like, in most cases, you're going to need to drive.
Yeah, there's that too.
And so that was my first reaction. It's like, I don't know. You probably didn't word that the best way. Like you should have just left it at, hey, we think that, no alcohol is the best for your health, but if you're going to drink in moderation and be responsible. And then they said, don't have it for breakfast, which I thought was like, where the hell did that even come from?
Yeah. It's been a while since I've had it for breakfast.
I was watching Jimmy Kimmel last night, and
Cheerios.
yeah, you saw that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
It was basically Cheerios
Yeah,
with beer.
beer on top of it instead of milk.
He asked him, so how terrible is that actually? 'Cause this is gross.
Yeah, Guillermo.
Yeah.
That was great.